can lift up this here. Oops. There it is. It's all shiny, polished, and yeah. Same thing over here. Polished it as much as I could. Cleaned it up. Degreased the whole engine. Pressure washed it. I'm going to start replacing the seals now on the back and front. And I'm going to get the valve tool tomorrow. I'm going to take off all the valves and replace the valve stems, seals. Other than that, it's just time consuming. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you right now how to polish your valves. I'm going to do all of these here, the complete head. As you can see here, it's looking good, polished, pretty clean. Now you want to make sure it's clean because when the air flows over the valve, you want it to be as smooth as possible. And if there's any carbon, that's going to interrupt the airflow over the valve itself. So you want to make sure there isn't any carbon deposits on it. Now to take off the valves, you got to use valve removal tool. We have this guy here. All you got to do is put it on the keeper and spring and tap a couple times. It's going to come out. Now I've seen ones where they have the magnetic holder. Mine doesn't, so I have to pick up the keepers once it pops out, but it still does the job. So let's give it a couple tries here. So that's one keeper out. We're going to put them all in the same order. We don't want to mix them up. And that's the second keeper here, as well as the washer and the spring. You want to make sure it goes in the same way. You don't want to flip it. And then you're going to use your valve stem. You're going to use this tool to pull out the seal, I guess, on the valve itself. There we have that. And then we can lift up the head and the valve should fall under. So there, as you can see here, it's pretty carboned up. It's not smooth comparing it to the ones we have over here. That's before and that's after. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's pretty simple. You could either get a bowl of water or a pan or anything if you prefer not to have dust flying around and you want to keep it clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the drill and I'm going to close the valve a little bit here. I'm going to get some Scotch-Brite. And then we're going to hold the Scotch-Brite against the valve itself. Next thing we're going to do is use some 180 grit sandpaper. step it up and go to you can gradually increase, but I'm going to jump to a 400, and we're going to do the same thing, and then we're going to repeat with 1,000, and then we're going to go to 1,500, and then finally we will use some aluminum polish to give it that final polish. For now, we're going to keep upping the sandpaper until 1,500. You can go higher if you want. The whole point is you want it as smooth as possible for the flow of the air. So we finished sanding it. Looks pretty good. There's still very few marks, but again, I don't want to go too much. I think there should be more than enough. We're gonna wipe it off now. Put some. Let's clean it up, and then I'm gonna apply some aluminum polish. Should put it all over. Let it sit for a couple seconds, and then polish it up. And yeah, I'm gonna pretty much do the rest of the valves, and we should have the head complete. And there we have it, guys. That's pretty much polished and looking much better than what it was. Keep doing this for all the valves, and then you should have a complete head. Now, you don't want to go too heavy because you don't want to take off much material off the valve. That's why I'm starting with 180 and not lower, because I just want to, you know, be on the safe side and just take as less material as possible. Or not even material, I should say more of carbon. Even when you, yeah, so it feels pretty good, feels pretty smooth. The air that's going to get sucked up in the engine is going to be happy. It's going to make me happy. Everybody's going to be happy. And yeah, I'm going to keep doing the rest. I'm not going to be recording, as you know, it takes a while to polish one valve. You want to take your time with it. So I will keep you guys updated once I'm done with all the valves. Valves polished, everything's looking good and clean. Kept all of them in order. Now what we're going to do is I got the lapping tool. Now it's very important to lap your valve and valve seats before you reinstall the valve, especially since that we polished the valves. Basically what lapping does is kind of grinds the seat a little bit so that it mates the valve itself, and then that way you can have a good seal. Now if you look around this valve here, you can see that white mark. That's what you want to do with it, which is pretty much sure. So if you look at this guy here, so if we compare one that's not lapped yet, if you look around here, it's a very smooth polish compared to these guys here that's already been lapped. You can see that line around it over there. So it's very important to lap the valves before you reinstall them. Now you're going to need some lapping compound, and you want to go back and forth. I'm going to show you how to do it. But yeah, you apply a little bit of valve compound, grinding compound around the valve face, and then you just start going back and forth at it with the tool. You want to make sure you put a little bit of oil on the stem. You don't want it to be dry, so lube up the valve stem a little bit, and then you could either drop it in or apply the compound a little bit on the side here. you can slide it in. Make sure it's clean and not oily or greasy. Get your lapping tool. Let the suction suck it in, and then you could either go back and forth at it. Now you want to make sure you hear that sound, the pitch change, and then you can lift up the valve and turn it 90 degrees and keep going at it. So we're gonna go here. So as you can hear, the sound is changing. It's not grinding anymore, or it doesn't sound as coarse, I should say. Then you lift it up, turn it a little bit, and then you get that grind sound again. Keep going at it. Now, this tool can get a little bit annoying, keeps losing suction, so you have to work around it. Once there, you take it out, you wipe off the excess grinding compound, and so we're looking for this nice seat here around the valve, as you can see there, as well as inside the valve seat itself. So we're worried more about the inner circle. As you can see, it's very smooth and nice, and that's how you want it to be. Do that for all your valve seats. And then if you want to make sure it's not leaking, that would be good, because this is what seals. And if it's not sealing properly, you're going to lose compression. So you want to spend some good time on this and make sure everything's right. If you want to look on this side here, that's still not done compared to the inner circle there, which is a nice smooth finish. Here still you can see a little bit of carbon and pitting, and that's the whole point of lapping it. Alright, so the head is all polished, ready to go. All the valve springs, everything is seated well. It was a little pain to put the keepers, but I figured a way out. Just use a socket in the middle of your tool. That way it will keep the keeper in the middle. For now, I just kept a new head gasket. As you can see here, there's a new head gasket. I'm going to put the head on, start tightening down the bolts. I'll have the manual there open on my laptop, so following it step by step. You want to make sure you tighten them in the sequence that's shown over here. That's very important to do. You don't want to strip them or mess them up. But anyways, yeah, for now I'm going to put the head on, and then I will keep you guys updated.